All right, all right. I think we're live. We're ready to go. I want to go ahead and get a live stream out of the way for the new year. It is New Year's Eve. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Hopefully everybody had a great day. And hopefully the evening is going as well. And okay, I just want to make sure the audio is good. The audio is good there. And I got a few things I want to talk about. There's a couple things that's on my mind that happened in the world of gaming. So I want to talk about that. We're going to talk about 2026, and we're going to get a list of games that's probably coming out 2026. Yay or nay, we don't know. But you're gonna look at that list. We're also gonna talk about RAM prices affecting the PS6 because it's possible that that could be pushed back, and a lot of people aren't really upset about that. And finally, we're going to look at this not this video, but this story that I saw. I put it on my short, and I also put it on TikTok about this dad, quote unquote dad, assaulting this child over NBA 2K, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. But nevertheless, we're going to talk about that, probably some other things while we're at it. And I'm just going to wait a minute before everybody gets in, if anybody do come in, and we're going to, just have a little chat about some of this stuff. I think it's going to be a pretty cool year. What's going on, Kenneth Mullen? How you doing, my brother? Hopefully everything is good with you, and everything is straight. But I do have a lot to talk about today. And let me see, is this good? That looks good. I'm gonna refresh that, make sure we are good up there. um yeah, all right, we're looking good, we're looking good, we're looking good. Is that okay? All right, so yeah, we're looking good, we're looking good. So that's another pop out. No, that's good. Nah, man, anytime, man. Anytime you want me to come through, man, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Uh, I am here for it. Not a problem. But just want to do another check before I start. Let's see. Okay, yeah. All right. The panel, the chat panel was good on that end. I was worried about that. Where's the pop up at? Okay, there we go. And we're just gonna check the stream. Stream health looks good. Stream settings look good. Analytics look good. Audio is good. And yeah, we're just gonna get into it. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna cut this light off real quick. All right, yeah. So I got that off. Stomach still looking kind of funny. I just saw it in the mirror, man. I mean, in the camera, my stomach a little out there still. It's a little, it's much smaller than it was before, but I need to get that taken care of. But now I just went on a mile walk, man, before I got on here, man. Just trying to continue to get and stay healthy, man. I mean, it's real important that we need to do that. But I don't want to talk about it all day. But yeah. So let's look at this. In 2026, a lot of things supposed to happen. You know, a lot of games supposed to come out. If you looked at the Game Awards, if you looked at any of those things, basically the Game Awards told us that a lot of games are supposed to be out. So I'm really interested in to see what games actually release, if they're going to be any being delayed or whatever the case may be, and how would that play into these consoles possibly being delayed as well. So I want to look at all of these games that are supposed to come out. This is an article by Polygon. It just came out like 8 hours ago, and that's really interesting because I didn't even know that they did an article this late in the year. But with it being New Year's Eve, this is a good time to actually talk about this. So I want to look at some of these games that are being released. So let's see. Let's see. Well, we're gonna start in January, yeah, because we got January all the way down to November. I'm pretty sure that no games will come out in December or whatever the case may be. Did I know the 5090 went up to $5,000? Yeah, I heard about it, but I'm not really. How do I say this before I get started? I'm not anything NVIDIA do as far as, or NVIDIA or whatever you want to call it, whatever they do as far as graphics cards, I am 100% not interested in anymore. I used to be interested in their cards. I'm starting to feel that way about AMD as well, because their focus is not gaming, and if their focus is not gaming, then I have no interest. So it's really disheartening. Maybe at some point they'll come back and be more focused on it, But those 5090s, those 50 cards in general, even the AMD cards that are the 9070 or whatever XT, those are a little bit more lean towards gaming, but it's all about AI and data mining at this point. So I mean they can have their cards at 5,000 or whatever. At this point, I'm keeping what I got in my build right now. And if anything I would do as far as PC gaming, I'll probably just get a pre-build because the RAM prices are ridiculous. I'll get a pre-built PC and just go with that. But and even with the pre-build, it'll probably be something below the 50 series. If I was to do anything with NVIDIA, I'll probably get like a 40 series, or I'll probably just go with the 70, or I'm not the 70, but I'll probably go with the 7000 series when it comes to AMD. I don't want no parts of any of their new any of their new stuff. Any of their new stuff is not geared towards gaming. I want the products that's geared towards gaming that will work for gaming. Anything that got to do with data mining and AI, I don't need it. But yeah, let's look at January 26th. You got Pathologic 3, which is a PC game. I've never heard of this game before. Maybe this is it right here. I'm not sure. Animal Crossing, Legend of Heroes, Broken Lore. What else they got over here? 2X KO. That's actually coming out on the 20th, so that's interesting. That is going to be a pretty good fighting game, and a lot of people going to be jumping on 2X KO. Arc Knights Infield, don't know much about that game. Memories in Orbit, don't know much about that. Dynasty Warriors Origins is coming out on Switch 2. Final Fantasy Remake, that's coming out for the Switch 2 and Xbox Series, is finally leaving the PlayStation and coming over to the other consoles. High Guard, PC and Xbox Series. Core Keeper, 7 Deadly Sins. Karen, I never heard of that. I Hate This Place, January 29th. Code Vein 2. This is, I love the Code Vein. Code Vein 1 was really, really good. And I'm really interested in Code Vein 2. I'm actually, I don't think, do they have a, I'm gonna see if they have a, I wonder if they have a trailer for that, because I don't remember seeing the trailer for it. Maybe I'm wrong. Because if they got a trailer, I'm gonna pull, okay, it's a 4-minute trailer. I wanna look at this. Let me see if I pull this up on here. Okay. Let's look at this trailer for Code Vein 2, because I want to see this.
Another world snuffed from existence. There's only one way to prevent this tragedy before they reach the point of no return.
And this is a really good game. Like, the first one was really good.
To transport us back to a time before the upheaval. Once we're there, hopefully we can make contact with each of these legendary heroes. A battle to save the world from ruin. Let's go. Wherever you go, I will always be by your side.
It looks good. It's like a Souls type RPG. It's a pretty difficult game. The first one was pretty difficult.
So you're a solo hunter, are you? Tell me, do you have a place to stay in Magmel yet?
A revenant hunter?
Not now. Get away from here.
Well, can't say I remember hiring you, but if you're game, lend me a hand. And Valentin, he'll be the most powerful figure out here on the frontier.
Yeah, this actually looks pretty good.
The hero Jose, a revenant who fell victim to her very own powers.
So tell me, my mysterious visitor, who are you? In the name of the great Gula bloodline, I do bestow upon you my blood, as proof of our engagement. Until the resurgence struck, these horrors must have been the city's residents. Let's go. It's high time I faced my past.
When the balance of power shifted from human to revenant, there was change. Dramatic shift. The human spirit was twisted beyond recognition.
If someone has to get hurt, I would rather it be me.
So far as I know, your case is entirely unprecedented.
Off to kill again?
We all know these are bloody times we live in. Every one of us is desperate to survive. But you crossed a line killing my people.
Raiders making their move, huh? That should at least give you enough time to escape. That ring! Damn it! There's no getting through to him. Curs! Damn
Yo,
wretched
what kind of
curs!
hands?
They would dare to truly stoop so low.
Do you remember the statue of that revenant I showed you in the present? If fate runs its course, Noah will die fighting the raiders, and the others here won't fare much better.
Need I remind you that tampering with history, unless under the most extreme of circumstances, is strictly forbidden? What will you do if your meddling ends up costing more lives?
Meddling with the past, meddling to excess. There's always a chance it can potentially reverse all the progress you've made so far. Please, give it some careful thought. Above all else, try to weigh your feelings against what is at stake here.
The only thing I don't like about this is story trailer. I don't see any gameplay, so I don't know if there is gameplay on here or anything. But that's the only knock. I don't see any gameplay. The
Our
story
true
looks pretty dope,
objective
though.
is to save this world, our current world.
It is you, though, who must save the world of man.
Okay. All right, so that's the story trailer. And okay. But I would like to see a little bit of gameplay. The game comes out next month. Yeah, it comes out a little less than a month. I want to see some gameplay. Let me see if they got any gameplay. That's the story, state of play, gameplay hands-on from Reddit. Okay, all the gameplay is on Reddit. I don't like going on Reddit too much. I don't like messing with Reddit too much. But this the announcement trailer 3 months ago. So yeah, they don't have. I'm okay with it. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. So that's all right. It's cool. It's cool. All right. So Front Mission 3, that remake is coming out. Let's see. So in February, this is the game that's coming out that I really, really want. And I can't wait to see this, but there's a couple of games that are coming out that are really interesting. Let's say February 1st, you got Star Sand Island, Norse Oath of Blood, Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined. That's going to be a good one. Even though I still think they need to do Dragon Quest 8. I don't know why that game is not available yet. That is ridiculous. Menace PC. My Hero Academia, don't know much about that. Neo 3, definitely want to pick this up. This is a game. The first two was absolutely excellent. So February 6th, Neo 3 is coming out. Mugenics. All right. Romeo is a Dead Man. I heard about that, but I don't know much about it. I may need to look at the trailer to that. Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties. That's basically another remake of Yakuza 3. High on Life 2. Wow, I didn't know High on Life 2 was coming out. Yo, the first High on Life was really good. It was a really good game. So I will be looking forward to that. Mario Tennis Fever. Okay, Mario Tennis Fever, not too bad. Reanimo Death Howl Ease 10. Ties of Tomorrow. No Sleep for Konami date from AI. That's a little sound too long. Tokyo Extreme Racer, that's going to be cool. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard comes out for the Switch 2. Resident Evil 9, which is Resident Evil Requiem, definitely going to be picking that up. I mean, we looked at that trailer the other day when we was on live. That was really dope. Resident Evil Village is coming out for Switch 2. So 7 and 8 is coming out. Okay, this is interesting. So Resident Evil 7 and 8 is coming out for the Switch. Resident Evil 9 is coming out for the other consoles. I wonder why they did that. That's interesting. Tales of Berseria remastered. Okay. In March, World of Warcraft. I'm gonna skim through some of these. Let's see, John Carpenter, Fatal Frame 2. That I've been playing the original version on PS2. It's a pretty solid game. I wonder how the remake's going to play out. Replaced, Monster Hunter Stories 3. That's pretty cool. Let's see. My friend Semi wants to know what graphics card do I have. I have a 5700 XT. Yeah, 5700 XT. Radeon 5700 XT. Let's see what we have here. Monster Hunter Stories 3. I wonder how that's going to play out because the last Monster Hunter, the last one Capcom dropped, that wasn't optimized very well. Crimson Desert, Mouse PI for Hire, Screamer, Mega Man Star Force Legacy. I need to look that up. Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection. Let me look that up. What is this? Let me look that up. I don't remember seeing this. This is the pre-order trailer, extended announced trailer. All right, I'll bite. Back up. Let me see. Look at this again. Okay. All the Star Force. I've never played any of these. All right, this one, I've never played this. And I see why. I see why. I don't think I'll get into something like this. I mean, these are some games that people get into and they love them. This is like a bunch of this is an RPG. Yeah, this is like some RPG stuff. I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it, but yeah, yeah. Okay. No disrespect, but yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that. Let's see, Mouse PI for Hire. I heard that's gonna be pretty good. And let's see, Marathon. I don't think Marathon's coming out. Marathon got too many issues going on, so I don't know about that. April 2026. Tiny Book, Pragmata. I can't pronounce that. I don't even want to try. Diablo 4, Invincible Versus. Now, this is a pretty solid fighting game that's going to look really good. I want to look at this. Invincible Versus is actually a solid game. I want to look at that. Not you. This is the trailer. This is the official release date trailer. This is a pretty off the wall game.
You don't know my name now, but you will once this is over. Never been to jail. Tell niggas that I'm in here with jail.
I don't think they're gonna show any gameplay.
Maybe some minor Earth hero.
My name is Elemental. You seem pretty cool. But that won't stop me from kicking your ass.
I think this is gonna be a pretty good fighting game, man. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty good. It's kind of like Marvel meets Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I need to see some more gameplay. I mean, I've seen the gameplay, but I really wanna see it. Let me see if I can find some more. Okay, they got the gameplay all. I'm just gonna jump in this really quick. This is the gameplay of Invincible. This game is really cool.
I'm ready.
Yeah, like watch this fighting. This fighting is really dope.
And I won't let you destroy it.
I can't let you interfere.
Yeah, it's like Marvel meets. It's like Marvel meets Mortal Kombat. I wish these people who are playing know how to play though. I want to see some. There you go.
For a lesson. Not even trying yet.
Yeah, I think I want this game.
Always wanted to attend my own funeral.
Yeah, this looks so cool. It looks like you can lose a lot of power. I mean, a lot of life with these hits.
Got your back.
Yo, this looks insane.
Pay attention.
You can tell people just started playing this. They're not really good at the game.
Do this. You're down.
Jesus.
Listen to me. You don't seem to understand.
My man lost his arm and a leg.
Win.
Yo, that is insane, bro. Like, yo, he really like. Yeah, he just really dismembered that dude.
Learn something.
Yo, this is so cool.
Time for a lesson. Not even trying yet.
Okay.
Sad.
So like I said, this is like Marvel meets Mortal Kombat, and I think this is really neat. Y'all the MK Fire and Ice.
That so many versions of me end up being evil. Oh, don't beat yourself up over it.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. So I just wanted to show what that game was. Invincible, it comes out April 30th. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. Thyros come out. I think that's a PS5 exclusive. Okay. Also in May, you only got 3 games: Last Light, Paralyzed Early Access, Lego Batman. I can't get into the Lego games as bad as I want to. So from May, June, July, August, it jumps to September. Halloween, in Phantom Blade 0. November, Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't think that may not come out like they say it is. I mean, we know how it is. Games with no release date for 2026. Ace Combat, Aphelion, Amino, Arc Age Chronicles, Fate's End, Battlestar Galactica, Beast of Reincarnation, anything, a Bloodstain. Okay, Bloodstain's coming out with a sequel. Now that's gonna be good because the last Bloodstain was really good. Bubsy 4D, really? Bubsy's still around? Carmageddon. Let's see. I don't see anything else that jumps out. Elden Ring, End of Abyss, Dragon Quest Smash. Okay, that's an iOS game. Fable, I don't. Yeah, Fable was another one. Forza Horizon 6. I know this is probably definitely coming out in 2026. Gears of War is another one. E-Day, Greedfall, Halo Combat Evolved. That's supposed to come out this year. I mean in 2026. Hollow Knight, Marvel Wolverine, Marvel Tokon. I played the beta. That game was absolutely excellent. NBA The Run. It's supposed to be like an NBA Jam style game. Onimushu, Out of Words, Outbound, Project M, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. I don't R-Type Tactics, really? I don't know what that's about. Scott Pilgrim EX, Sea of Remnants, some Star Wars games, Stupid Never Dies, Mario Brothers Wonder. Yeah, this supposed to have like some DLC come out for that. Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. I think that would be nice if that comes out. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, Warhammer games. And that's pretty much it. So Yeah, I think 2026 could be a really good time for video games. I think that's going to be really cool. Hopefully that's the case, and we'll have something to play. I did kind of make somewhat of a New Year's resolution for myself. I did say I'm probably not going to be buying any games in 2026. I have a whole bunch of games back here, but no, man. I might have to make an exception for a few, especially that Resident Evil game. So, with that being said, let's jump over to this. Well, there we go. New consoles. Don't hold your breath for new consoles. RAM crisis could delay the PS6 and the next gen Xbox. I do believe that this is a thing. Remove ads. I gotta pay $49.99 a year. That ain't happening. So let's look at this. The next PlayStation and Xbox console will come out later than expected, thanks to ongoing RAM crisis, while PC gaming has borne the brunt of the effects of the AI-driven RAM shortage. The shadow has started to loom over consoles as prices continue to skyrocket. Amid the massive market shift, there are reports that PlayStation and Xbox could be rethinking their next-gen release windows in hopes for some relief in the future. And I'm going to be quite honest, they probably need to do that. There's really no need for the next PlayStation to come out right away. What I think needs to happen, I think they need to max out what they've done with they need to max out what they have with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series. Honestly, I don't even think they need to raise prices on it. I don't know why they're raising prices. I don't think they should. But hey, that's what they done. It is what it is. But I think they need to max out not only just the PS5, they don't need to just max out the Xbox. They need to try to max out some of the PC hardware that's out here. I want to see some games that push the limit of my PC, because everything I have that's out now, my PC can run it with no problems. At the very minimum, 1080p, 1440p maxed out with my 5700 XT. So I think they need to find a way to start pushing where some of these games need to be optimized where you can run games in 4K. Like I can run games in 4K, but I can't max them out. It's like my rig, I can run a lot of games at 4K high or 4K medium. I want to see them get to the point where they max out even some of the mid-range builds up to 4K Ultra. And there's not games out here that can do that. Like back in the day, when games came out, you had games that started to push the limit to some PCs where you had to upgrade. Now it's like, I'm good. I'm good where I'm at. If you got anything around like a 5700 XT, if you have like a 3080 or anything like that, you're good by playing games at 1440p high. I mean, if you want 4K, you go up to the 40 series. You can still kind of get away with playing 4K with the 30 series. You're just gonna have to play at medium at best, or probably play at low settings, which I don't recommend. I'll say medium, and you're probably gonna get 4K 60 with a lot of games, because a lot of games out here they're not really pushing the limit to hardware. And I think this is a good window from 2025 to 2028. Start making your games, optimize your games to push the limit to some of these consoles. You don't need new consoles right now. And a lot of people are starting to believe that and feel that way as well. It all began in October 2025 when two major RAM manufacturers agreed to set aside much of their memory for open AI data, for an open AI data center expansion project. As this agreement constrained the availability to supply, some consumer RAM prices more than tripled. Like GDDR5 is like $800-900 now. Some GDDR4 is going up to $200. Like I got this right here, my RAM right here. I'm glad I held on to this DDR4. But this DDR4 RAM is starting to go up in price. I remember buying that for probably there was somewhere between $60 and $80. Now it's going up to over $150. It's ridiculous how high priced some of this stuff is going. And the issue has worsened since then. More memory manufacturers have shifted their focus away from consumer markets and gaming to serve the booming AI industry. And if this continues, console companies may feel the same pressure. And I think it's going to happen because they're not going to stop until they finally realize that the console market I mean, not the console, but the AI market bust. And if it's not going to bust, they're going to keep going. According to a report from Insider Gaming, console manufacturers are supposedly debating whether to delay next-gen platforms amid this shortage. While consoles typically use specialized form of memory, separate from what gamers find in PCs, they still need the RAM. And companies typically source it from the same suppliers, just as few manufacturers account for most chip production. Consequently, companies like Sony and Microsoft also feel the effects of more RAM going towards AI applications, which could create production bottlenecks or raise costs. With the next gen Xbox and PS6 reportedly targeting 2027, it's possible that the shortage won't resolve by that time, and these consoles are set to come out, so the delay may be necessary to avoid price hikes. If they try to put these consoles out around 2027 or even 2026, you're probably going to have consoles into the $1,000 range, probably even more than that. You got to understand, the RAM alone right now is going up ways to $600, $700, $800, $900. So just for the RAM is going to cost that much. Even if they get a deal to get some of this stuff in bundles and they don't have to pay that much, it's still going to be a lot to actually make the consoles themselves, because everything trickles down. Because of the price hikes of RAM, everything else is going to go up as well. So now you're probably looking at a console that's, $1,000, maybe $1,100, $1,200. You might as well just build a PC or just get a pre-built PC. Like, that's something I may end up doing. Just get a pre-built, because there's no reason for me to even jump back into the console space if these prices are going to be the way they are. A recent Micron report stated that RAM shortage could last beyond 2026. Beyond 2026, as it will take time to construct more clean rooms to support their higher memory production. If that's the case, it will almost certainly impact the PS6 and the future Xbox if Sony and Microsoft begin the manufacturing in early 2027, as current rumors suggest. If that's the case, they don't even need to manufacture. I would just go ahead and back off. There's no reason to even deal with this if you're going to go this route. It's almost you're shooting yourself in the foot, because nobody's going to buy these consoles. And on top of that, there's not that many games that are actually taking advantage of what we have now. So what games are going to take advantage of what we have later? It's going to be a really big problem. So I think they should just back off. These companies need to just continue to, you know what? If these companies continue to invest in their PS5, PS5 Pro, Xbox Series, and they do a price hike on the consoles, I get it. But you can't price hike the consoles and still talk about bringing out a PS6 or the next Xbox. At least say you need to come out with a statement just to say, hey, look, we're not going to be putting these consoles out until 2030. We're going to be committed to expanding the library of these current consoles, and you may see a shift in price or whatever, but we're going to continue to have companies focus on these consoles and optimize this stuff. That'll probably be their best bet. As Insider Gamer points out, these consoles historically subsidize their prices through game sales, but if RAM costs get high enough, that may not be enough to offset expenses, especially considering how the next generation will already be expensive to produce. Waiting for conditions to settle will help Sony and Microsoft pass costs to oncoming consumers. Yeah, you don't even try to worry about doing that. Just continue to invest in what you have. Trust me, gamers are already wanting that to happen anyway. And I think it'll be best for them to do that. It's kind of ridiculous to do anything otherwise. In the past, console companies have raised their prices to make up for their own expenses. Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo have all done it, but repeating the same strategy this time around may not be in their best interest. After months of relatively low numbers, video game hardware sales hit a 30-year low in November 2025, even with the Switch 2 flying off shelves. So that just goes to show you, if the prices are down on sales, you may need to lower your prices to try to get those sales back. A lot of people don't realize, like, look, it's better to lower the prices to get more get more sales than to have higher prices and get lower sales. Because in the long run, you're going to have people spend on other things outside of the console. Given this dramatic price drop, consumer spending in recent price hikes across the gaming industry, another bump in console costs could drive customers away and hurt sales more than Xbox or PlayStation is comfortable with. Waiting until they can justify a lower end user cost may be worth it in light of this price. I just said that. Go ahead and wait and invest in the PS5, invest in the Xbox Series, have a come to Jesus moment where you get with these companies and say, hey, look, continue to make games for these consoles, optimize them, and have these games push the limit of these consoles. And people are going to be happy with the fact that you're trying to make the best product with the consoles that you have instead of trying to come out with another console and you still got games on the PS5, or hell, you even got games on the PlayStation 4 that haven't even maxed out what those PS4s can do. Neither Sony or Microsoft has commented on how the RAM crisis could affect the next-gen console plans yet. Yeah, they can't say nothing. I mean, there's almost be a PR nightmare. Their best bet is just to be honest and just say, hey, look, instead of saying how it would affect you, just say that you're going to continue to invest in what you have. However, a release date does seem like a real possibility, as does price increase. Consoles don't delay anything. That may seem scary, but there could be an upside to the current generation lasting longer. Depending on how the industry responds, for now though, the future is uncertain and things are looking increasingly cloudy for the PS6 and the next Xbox as RAM prices continue to soar with no end in sight. It could be an upside. Let me look at this. This is exactly what I was saying. It could keep the consoles alive longer, and that's a good thing because a lot of games could be optimized. GDDR4 RAM was $40 in 2024, and by November 2025, it went up to $140, and that's 8 sticks. That's an 8 gigabyte. That's two 8 gigabyte sticks. I have two 16s right here, so I can imagine the two 16s are probably about 180 right now. That's crazy. Crazy. Think that's it for that? Yeah. I just think that what they need to do, they just need to go ahead and just, what they need to do, they need to just worry about what they have. There's no reason, there's no reason to actually look into this right now, not with the RAM prices. I think 2029, 2030 may be a good window to have those consoles come out. So that's another 4 years from now. Go ahead and just start trying to get these companies or these developers, which I'm pretty sure they will, optimize for these consoles, because a lot of games out, they're not pushing the limit of the PS5 or the PS5 Pro. Hell, like I said, a lot of games aren't even pushing the PlayStation 4 Pro. There's some games that are not even pushing that. You may have one game here, one game there, but they're not even pushing those. So it's kind of ridiculous. So I think that this is a good thing if they do this. And I just think it's time for them to really look into that. Where are we at now? Where I want to talk, last but not least, I want to talk about this ridiculous story right here. This is a horrible story. And I want to talk about this. And this kind of got me upset. And I'm not trying to finish this show on a bad note or whatever, but I really want to talk about this because this is a lot to do with mental health or just not being aware of it's just a video game. This guy right here. I talked about this on my TikTok. I talked about this on my shorts, but I really want to talk about this. Dad who threw son at the wall because he was losing an NBA video game learns his sentence. Father accused of throwing, he's not accused because he's been convicted. So, father accused of throwing his 8-month-old son against the wall because he was losing an NBA video game leaving the child with 6 broken ribs and a broken collarbone, was reportedly sentenced to 12 years in prison on Tuesday. It's good for him. He should get more time for this. Jalen White was arrested in November 2024 after a mother of his child rushed their baby to the hospital, and when she arrived home to find that the baby was twitching and barely breathing, according to the criminal complaint obtained by Law and Crime. I'm going to jump to this link in a second because I looked at it earlier. The child was diagnosed with skull fractures, 6 broken ribs, a healing broken collarbone by the hospital staff. The child even lost his pulse at one point, requiring multiple instances of CPR to keep him alive. Yo, why this guy only got 12 years? This guy should have got at least 25. He should have got 25 years. This is ridiculous. It's unreal. Doctors did not expect the boy to survive, but he made a miraculous discovery. I think they meant recovery, despite the situation. White gave authorities multiple different stories about how the child was injured during the initial round of questioning, including the claim that the child fell off of an air mattress onto a carpet. But none was satisfactory to investigators due to the severity of physical trauma. Yeah, how a baby's going to fall off of an air mattress? The fact that you got an air mattress says a lot. You got an air mattress, but you're playing NBA 2K, probably on a PlayStation 5 or Xbox. That shows your priorities right there. You need to get a real bed. Should have had a real bed instead of an air mattress. But nevertheless, how the baby's going to fall off an air mattress and have this type of injuries? That's not happening. White eventually admitted that he dropped the child while playing video games. He dropped the child. Yeah, that's still a lie. Which led to the real story. He threw the 8-month-old against the wall because he was frustrated about being down 2 points. What? He was down 2 points in the fourth quarter of an NBA 2K game, and he threw the baby across the... While explaining he was trying to calm the baby down while playing the game, but eventually became frustrated and threw the child against the wall above his bed. When detectives said they would have to talk to medical experts to see if the explanation was aligned with the child's injuries, White became adamant. So he started talking to the detectives. My son hit his head on the wall. He hit his head hard on the wall, bro. I swear he hit his head on the wall. I heard the wall. It was hard on his head. It was hard. It was a lot. This really pisses me off. This pisses me off because I have a son. And not to get too personal, it took me and my wife a lot to conceive our son. We went through a lot to conceive our son. And I thank God that he's here. And I cherish him every day. We are mature parents. And I mean that by age. Like, our son is 6. We are in our 40s. So it took us a while to conceive. And for a kid that's 22 years old, have a son, and you feel like you can do something like this because you're down 2 points in a fucking NBA 2K game? That really pisses me off. I'm sorry, that really pisses me off because that's crazy. That's really insane. White pled guilty to physical abuse of a child, reckless causing great bodily harm, and neglecting the child, resulting in great bodily harm on December 29th. So he was just he pled guilty 2 days ago. He was sentenced to 12 years in prison with 7 years probation. No, you need to give him the entire 19 years in prison. Matter of fact, he should have 25 minimum. It's absolutely ridiculous. You just, I mean, first of all, I'm not even going to get into the whole situation with having a child, because I kind of said a lot already about that. But you have the privilege to sit at home, regardless of whatever your employment status is or whatever. You have the privilege to be in your house and play video games. I love playing video games because this is one of the greatest hobbies, if not the greatest hobby in the world. And you get upset over this hobby because you're losing in a video game. Even if money's on the line. I get it, you get upset if money's on the line, but even if money's on the line, I don't understand where you would harm a child because of that. It's absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen anything like that. I've seen people get upset. Matter of fact, I've seen people get upset and harm others, like other people that are grown. But I've never seen nothing where you hurt a child, a baby. Now, there was another story. It was a rapper that was he was shot and killed over Madden. And I'll probably pull that video. I'll probably pull that story up in a little bit. But it happened. I think it happened like in Louisiana. A grown man killed a child because the child was beating him in Madden. Let's see if I can find that. Is this it? No, that's not it. This is 2 years ago. This might be it right here. I wonder if this it right here. Yeah, this the one. It happened in Louisiana. Shout out to the family. I'm going to look at this real quick so you guys can see this. Shout out to the family. The family channel. This is a YouTube channel. So I want to look at this. Nobody wins when the family. All right, I don't want to see the video or whatever. I mean the music.
Rap named Jay the Youngin, and a family member was shot. The rapper was born in Bogalusa and was an incredibly popular up-and-coming rapper with more than 1.3 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
That's my baby girl, 21 years old and full of life.
I don't think this is it. This isn't it. I'm sorry. Let me back out of this. This isn't it. I gotta find it, man. It was a kid. Let me see. I don't think that's it. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I'll find it. Let me see. That happened in Jacksonville. That's not it. No, I can't find it. I thought that was it, but it was a guy who shot another kid over Madden, bro. It's like really ridiculous. But nevertheless, he should have more time. There's no way that this guy should get just 12 years. It's ridiculous. Let me see the conversation, see what people saying. Yeah, he's no dad. I agree. But yeah, I thought I would be able to find it, but no. But it's all good. But yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous that you have this going on. Now let me look at this right here. Long crime to see if they say anything different. Dad threw 8-month-old baby against the wall because he was losing NBA 2K by 2 points in the fourth quarter. See if anything new in here. The state preferred 14-year sentence, but the defendant will ultimately give him 12 years with 7 years. He should have got 25. On that day, White was at home watching his son. According to the criminal complaint, the pair was alone in a room and the defendant and the child mother rented. So they was in a house. Oh, the home was owned by the mother's own parents. So I understand you're 22, but you ain't getting yourself together so you don't have to live. Never mind. That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother conversation. I'm not gonna get into that. The boy identified as JW, so it must be Jalen White Jr. So this is absolutely his son, because his name is Jalen White. So was in good health when his mother was left. So the mom. So the mom goes out to buy marijuana, so they're probably smoking around the kid. So everything around this is messed up. Everything. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against smoking or whatever. Do your thing, but I mean, what are we doing? The mother left to go buy marijuana. They live in their house with their mom. The mother, the parents own the house, so they probably not paying any rent. They got it good. To be honest, they got it really good. You're living in a place where your parents own. You're good. So your money should be straight. But then again, they got him on an air mattress. Like I said, I don't want to get into all of that because that's more of a different conversation. But this is what you got going on. The mother returned to find a little boy. Okay. The mother returned to find a little boy in the playpen making noises. As it turned out, the child was barely breathing and his right arm was twitching. So the mother picked up JW, causing White to angrily ask where she was going and demanding she give him the baby. What you want the baby for? You threw the baby across the room. What you want the baby for? The mom took JW to her father, who told her to call 911. The father should have went in there and beat that dude's ass. That's what should have happened. He should have went in there and found out what's going on, and that father should have took it to that dude for throwing that baby across the room, or would have been asking questions. Matter of fact, if that was my grandson, it would have been 2 people going to the hospital. Hey, yo, Ohio State is getting whooped right now. It's crazy. The infant was rushed to the nearby hospital where he was diagnosed with skull fractures, 6 broken ribs, a healing collarbone. At one point, the child was intubated, and lost his pulse, requiring multiple rounds of CPR to revive him. While initially not expected to survive, JW was in the end able to recuperate from the most extreme abuse. Yo, this dude would have been this dude would have been done. He'd have been done. We're interviewed after being Mirandized. White offered various narratives of account of his child's injuries, including one claim that the boy fell off an air mattress onto the carpeted floor. None of those explanations, however, align with the severity of the trauma. We just talked about that. But yeah, this is what I'm saying. Dog, this is a more financial thing. I understand he's 22. He was probably young and didn't understand. But if you are in a situation where you're living with your parents, they own the place, y'all should have that place decked out. Because trust me, I wish I was in that situation. But you got an air mattress playing NBA 2K and you lose all train of logic or reasoning or self-control, and you hurt this baby because you're losing by 2 points in the fourth quarter of an NBA 2K game. At one point, White said he was holding a child while standing playing the video game when the boy fell hard to the floor. Detectives were not satisfied and asked, did you try to put him on the bed and he hit the wall? Eventually, the defendant admitted to throwing JW against the wall while he was frustrated with the video game. White told investigators he was playing NBA 2K, a basketball simulation video game, and became frustrated because he was down 2 points in the fourth quarter, which led him to throw the boy against the wall. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. I just can't get over that. I can't get over that. 2 points and this is what you do? The defendant specifically said he was holding JW to keep him chill for a little bit. Bro, if the baby is acting up, put the damn game down and tend to your son. When the boy grew heavy in his arms, so he threw the child against the wall onto the bed. Describe how the boy hit the wall a foot above the bed, before landing face first. Detectives said that they would need to check with medical professionals to see if that admission made sense. Put the damn game down and put your baby to sleep. You can play all the 2K you want to afterwards. Ain't no damn game that important for you to do that. And I love video games. I play video games. I love them. You can see it all behind me. I love video games. But I'll be damned if I put any of this over my child. Then the defendant grew adamant. My son hit his head on the wall, White told the detectives, repeatedly emphasizing the impact. He hit his head hard on the wall, bro. I swear he hit his head hard on the wall. I heard the wall. It was hard on his head. It was hard. It was a loud, hard wall. I don't understand what he's saying, but okay. Yeah, this is ridiculous, man. This really pisses me off. Shout out to you, Star Group. Appreciate you coming by. But this pisses me off because, like, bro, like I said earlier, it took me and my wife so hard. It was so hard for us to conceive our son. Ain't no way I will put any of this shit over him. If he's crying, something's going on, and he has he needs to be attended to, I definitely will put all this stuff down. It's not worth it. During White's first court appearance in November 2024, the prosecutor described the incident. You heard the bang of the wall. On Tuesday, in his likely final court appearance over the matter, the defendant was handed a 9-year sentence on the first count and a 3-year sentence on the second count. Badger State Court records showed he was credited with 419 days spent in pre-trial detention. This dude should have got 25 years. He should have got 25 years. White also must also complete several post-incarceration classes, programs, and treatment regimens. He is never allowed to use corporal punishment for any child who comes into his care. Honestly, he should be, I hate to say it like this, but I think he should be treated as a sex offender. He shouldn't be around any children. He shouldn't be around any children, at least any children under the age of 10. He shouldn't be around any children under the age. I would say at least any children under the age of 10. He should have no business around them. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. It's ridiculous. I saw that. That. Okay, this is continue reading what? I don't want to say. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. There we go. This is where I want to go at. So this is the guy right here. "22 years old. Look every bit of 42 years old. It's heartbreaking. It's ridiculous, man. It really makes me mad seeing stuff like this. It makes me mad. because I love video games and I love talking about them. But this the type of stuff here that really upsets me, because stuff like this could be avoided. Stuff like this could be avoided. You don't have to, there's no game in the world that damn important. But with that being said, like I said, I didn't want to end this on a bad note, but this is why I really wanted to talk about this. Like I said, I talked about this on my shorts. I did a short on this. I also did a TikTok on this. All the links down in the description if you want to follow me on any of those platforms where I do make videos and I talk about things that don't necessarily make it to this channel, or it makes it to the channel just in a shorter form. But this was ridiculous. It's really sad. But how long I've been on? I've been on for an hour. That's good. This is perfect. I wanted to be on for an hour. This bled over to an hour. If there was more to talk about, I would. If I was gaming, I'll be on more. But it's New Year's. I'm going to fall back. I'm going to watch the rest of this football game, and I'm going to do that. Hold on, what Star Group says. One of the reasons why I enjoy walking you is that our beliefs are very similar. I honestly can't imagine. Yeah, I can't imagine hurting children in general. Like, who does that? And I appreciate you always coming through and watching, man. I really appreciate the support. I really do. And like I said, in 2026, man, we're definitely going to be doing a lot more stuff like this. I plan on going live every day. So even if you do miss the live, you can go back and watch the replay. And I'll still be doing videos throughout the day or whatever, throughout the weeks or whatever. And it's just, like I said, I love my son. I love him a lot. He means the world to me, and I can't imagine doing anything to him, let alone doing something to him over a video game. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. It's really sad. But with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. I will be going live again tomorrow. And let's see. Yes, I hope so too, man. I really want to expand this thing. I really want to make this a big deal, because one thing, and I'll say this before I get out of here. What I do, like talking behind the mic, I've always been a talker. Like, even when I was a kid, me and my cousin, we used to do like crazy stuff. Like, we would get blank tapes and we would record ourselves, like we're doing a radio show, a talking radio show. And we used to do that, and we used to play them back. I wish I still had some of those tapes. This was like when I was like 5 or 6 years old. And I don't know if this was something that I was born to do. I never wanted to make this like a occupation or anything, but I always wanted to talk and speak my mind. I love giving people advice. I love, giving people, some sort of direction. I love giving my thoughts and opinions on things. And I always wanted to do this and mix it with another hobby like gaming. So when YouTube came about, I never thought about doing YouTube, but at some point I was like, you know what, I'm gonna jump into it. And I never figured out exactly how I wanted to go about doing this. But then I realized, like, look, I'm a gamer. Everybody likes to, talk about games or whatever. I need to do this and put my own spin on it. So I like talking about gaming, and I like to talk about playing games. And this basically what it came about. This channel is basically the voice of a gamer. That's basically what it is. And I like to add my daily routine, my daily life. Why does this keep popping up? I don't care about that. Go back. Yeah. I like to add that because I also want people to know that gaming is not necessarily a nerdy thing. You could be a regular guy and just play video games and just enjoy your life. This stuff has kept me out of trouble. Playing video games definitely kept me out of trouble. as a kid for not being in the streets and doing things that I shouldn't have been doing, and going places where I don't need to go. Where some places that I wanted to go, I decided not to. I stayed home and played video games and realized I saw that something happened at that place I was going to, that I was going to go to. And I could have been in a bad situation. So I hope this continue to expand, man. I just do the best I can to put out the content. Hopefully people gravitate to it and listen and support and share it with other people, because I think what I'm doing over here is pretty cool, and I believe in my content. I really do. So I'm gonna get out of here. Happy New Year to you, Star Groove, Kenneth Mullen, anybody else who came through. I appreciate you guys. I will be live again tomorrow, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I definitely appreciate you guys. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed. Peace. Stop.